you'll see if you download the AA ISO, you can't get enough. You always want to try out something else, because the AA ISO is ArcoLinux. Pure. Built yesterday, right? Updates of yesterday, kernel of yesterday, packages of yesterday, only 800 megabyte. And then you run Alice. And Alice is scripts not from me, from Pico. Yes, I've spent some time perfecting the scripts, but it's his work. If we go and have a look at the Alice, oh, there we go again. Load keys, PE Latin 1. If you want to change things, I've made decisions, parameters. And if I want to change them, I can do it on the fly. And that's where the what ifs come, right? That's when you say, maybe this time I'll change something else. I still have my BE Latin, line number 15, yeah, of course. But there is so much more to change, like the X4. I'm gonna go for XFS, F2FS. Okay, F2FS. That was a keyboard that I don't want to do, error invoking spell. that's something that was delete or enter something. So voila, that's a choice. What else? What else? Wi-Fi, don't have Wi-Fi. Reflector true, Sweden, all good. Pacman mirror, that's okay. Downloads is true. Linux LTS, I've never tried this one. Did I? Don't think so. So, that's the fun. That is the fun. Totally different file system, total different kernel. What else? AOR packages. Single, right? Single. I always use Parabin. Today, I'm not gonna go for Parabin. I'm gonna go for Yay bin. There he is. Yay bin. Let's see if it still works. And if it doesn't, guys, go to Pico's GitHub and ask him, screenshot, I did this, I did that, voila. And this is the result. Tell him, right? If you have older machines, older PCs, take a look at all the choices, right? You can try and build it and see if it works. If it doesn't, tell him. Tell him. He'll assist. Time zone is Brussels. Keyboard BE. Host name is ArcoLinux. I'm still Eric. Good morning. My name is Eric. I am a Linux addict. So if you choose in this virtual machine, you saw the nice logo of ArcoLinux, which means I set it to BIOS, which means I can only have grub. If you go to UEFI, then I can say I'll have refined or I'll have systemd. That's important for you to know. Voila. Yeah, right. I'm experimenting these days with fish. Fish by default, but that decision. XFCE, we've seen beautiful XFCEs. It has been a while since I've seen, and then you choose, right? Then you choose. Normally I would take something graphical, but we could take i3, which will make my life a little bit difficult because it's a tiling window manager and it requires, it requires configs. It will have the very basic config of i3. And I'm wondering, the by default, that's something you should check out. What is the default terminal of i3? Because when we press Ctrl T or maybe super enter or something like that, I need to be able to get into the terminal to say install this, install that, and to become to get the config of i3 of ArcoLinux, basically. The one I've been using 5 years before ArcoLinux even existed. So it's a config maybe that I've been taking along for i3, that came from Ubuntu and Solus and you name it, right? I just carried along the config, that's it. It's a configuration. And i3 is everywhere on all the Linuxes. So don't think in boxes, right? Another video where I said it. PyPy is the choice, so well, let's do back to pulse audio, right? False. Let's see if that works as well. So all these parameters have to be working 100%. If they don't, again, go to the GitHub, not for me, well, my GitHub, right? Because GitHub, and tell them these are my configurations, didn't work. What I'm gonna do this time is put it to false, so reboot, automatically reboot. The thing is, it gives a countdown, and at some point you see how long did it take to install a certain application, the operating system as such, right? And often it goes too quickly to actually know, oh, it installed XFC in 3 minutes. Last time, the fastest time was 2 minutes 16 seconds, I believe. Plasma was around 3 minutes. So it's interesting to know how fast we get an OS installed on our system. So voila, agent choices. And this log, this here, is on your future system in var log ls. Control X, yes please. Voila, that's saved. Now I'm gonna start sh. You have to say no. Why do you have to say no? Or everything will be overwritten. It says so. Do you want to get the last GitHub code in? Internet is required. It will overwrite anything you may have changed. Oh, no, right? No. I should have done that first. And then it's gonna say, okay, do you want to continue? Sure. And off it goes with all my settings that I've changed. And here we have a problem already. So I told this message is already on the system. So if it sees another system, another version, file system, it's gonna stop. So the -f option is the best option to do it, right? So okay, go and overwrite, force it to overwrite. So all we need is somewhere in the code a -f, and then that's solved. Well, the easiest way is probably close, power off, remove, delete, and then clone AA, like so. Optical drive, get it back in. Now we'll see if I remember all my choices I just made, because it's all gone. But this time I'll just make it executable first. Now I know how, if the ls folder is up to date, because it's my folder, it's my GitHub. Did I push anything after creating the ISO? I didn't. But that's something you don't know if you're using mine, right? The point is, don't use mine, create your own. So start is a good thing. Well, first ls, just the one, right? Start is the only one that's green. When we run this thing, it's gonna get everything from the internet, if you got the internet. Then we say no, then we say ls, and then everything is green. Now let's go back to the ls config. And now we go back to whatever we were doing. Let's see, what did we say? Something there? No. File system, we changed the file system. And for the rest, down Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi, I know Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is Dutch and Wi-Fi is English. Linux Zen. Ah, the L of Linux. Zen headers, okay. Alright, we decided to get rid of paru bin and get yay bin in. Driver, ski models, Eric, Lux, all good. Fish it is. You see, it doesn't take that long to change the parameters the way you like it. If you know what you're doing, it doesn't take long at all. This will be a challenge, this video, because i3, right? It's a tiny window manager. We decided to go for false for pipewire, which means it's gonna be, yeah, don't make typos like these. It will be pulse audio. And I want to see if maybe setting it to false is a better default variable for the GitHub. Control X, yes, and alice.sh. And I run it again. Great, right? And then we sit back and we watch the magic happen, right? Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. So he finds an empty hard disk, so there is no force needed. It's just gonna write everything to, what do we choose, F2FS. And you learn these names. Some of them you recognize. Systemd, Pacman mirror list is there, making it CPIO is there. Gradually learn the names, the bits and the pieces of your car. Basically, you can learn an operating system and never look underneath the cover, like in a car, right? Underneath the hood, as they call it. Or you can investigate and say, how does it actually work? Reflector. Go to Sweden, my friends. Osbeck for the win. And I can make thousands of these videos, right? And each of them, they interest me. I have this anticipation of, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Linux Zen is going to be installed now, and how will it look? And what challenges will I overcome? And for me, this is playtime. My brain already rejoices, saying, "Oh, how are I gonna get things done? If we're on i3, we'll probably need to go to TTY, otherwise we need to have a terminal to get some stuff in. And how about the ArcoLinux Spices application? We need this mirror list, and we need the keys from ArcoLinux because our i3 config works." Right? So many questions, that challenges that. Actually, come to think of it, this would be a great exam. If you can solve these things, you know your operating system. I wonder what it will do at the end with the last false that in the alice.conf. No countdown anymore. I saw there the wheel all. You see the wheel all from time to time. There's a new way of writing things from Arch, maybe a month old. Did we not choose yay? Did I see Paru now? And each time I discover something, well, I'll tell him. So, time. No reboot, you will. There's the time. 3 minutes. 3 minutes 04. Installation started at, and the end is there. So, 3 minutes it takes to launch it. I think I'll keep it to false, so we don't need to actually reboot manually. Sudo reboot. Voila. That's a good choice, a better choice. Linux Zen, awesome! And I do prefer that the other kernel is there as well as a fallback. But that, yes, we do get the default kernel, right? So enter yes, generate the config. No, I will use the defaults. You have not configured it yet. Do you want me to generate a config at home eric.config i3-config? Okay, for now that's fine. Enter. Windows is always going to be my preference key, but Control T. So we need to figure out and remember that I need to add to the list, if I want i3, a terminal, and don't know what it is, right? So we have to go, and this is how you develop. If you see all these tiling window managers, this is how we start, right? This is how we start. Barry and Worm were the last ones from a few weeks ago. It's a black screen, and now what? So next up is in virtual machine, the right control F3. So we are in TTY. So go to TTY basically. Welcome to Fish, the friendly interactive shell. So that I know already. That's done. That's fixed. And then we go and navigate to, where are we? Present working directory. We are there. Okay. And LL is not existing. Oh, sure it is. LL. But it's not what I want. L, voila. So dot config. That's a file, a folder, a hidden one. ls. Ah, look at that. i3. Okay. ls. Config. Nano config. Okay. And then we read. Sometimes people ask, don't you have an PDF or a website or a page how to start BSPWM? I say, read the configuration. It's all here what you need to know. So I'm gonna read the configuration. Execute this, execute that, raise volume is here. Here's the terminal. I need to have an i3 sensible terminal. I don't have to be have to have an i3 sensible terminal. If I change you to something else, then that will be just fine. If I say Alacrity and I have to install it later on, mod return, so super enter. Mod shift A is kill focused window. In my case I prefer a Q. Super shift Q is our kill. So that's done as well. And the necessities, right? All we need to do is be able to work a little bit, get our config from ArcoLinux, put it, override it here, and we're good to go, eh? That's it. So first of all, Alacrity. Control X, yes, please. Sudo pacman -s alacrity. Okay. And then we can go back to Control F1, F2, F7. Okay, so SDM, the graphical interface is on F1. LightDM, the graphical interface is on F7. So again, Control F1 for SDM guys, Control F7 for, so TTY is that, in VirtualBox it's the right controller. And now if I press super enter, yeah, I'm in my own system, that's not the point. I need to be in the virtual machine, click, and then super enter. Here is your Alacrity. Sudo pacman -s neofetch. Is that installed? It is now, right? Neofetch. Then I think it's best. This is difficult, right? Because it's a tiling window manager. I open up on the second screen a page. That's the wrong one. That's the correct one. ArcoLinux info.com. Ah, the site can't be. Oh, yeah, okay. Panic. No panic. ArcoLinux information website. Scroll down, get ArcoLinux keys. You are in TTY. Install Git on your system. Get this code in. I have to remember. Okay, got it. Okay, I believe, yeah, that's the button. So sudo pacman -s git reinstalling, fine, so it was there. And then git clone https github.com/ArcoLinux spices ls cd ArcoLinux spices ls cd users ls local and share cd share ls ArcoLinux spices cd ArcoLinux spices ls and scripts. This application, that's a nice GUI, is just pass through a window. Pass through is the best word I can say. It just runs a script in the terminal. Get the keys and repos. Duh. Anyone can do that. Voila. We have our ArcoLinux keys and we have our ArcoLinux repositories. And when I say sudo pacman -syyu, the repo is there. And what we definitely want to have is i3. So -s ArcoLinux i3 config i3 git is better. Not found. ArcoLinux i3 git maybe. That's the dconf. That's the one. WM Windows Manager. i3 lock color and i3 lock are in conflict. Remove. Yes, please. Bye. You're out. We take our configuration. And if you see up here, better lock screen is a dependency. ArcoLinux logout is a dependency. And ArcoLinux i3, right? So all the things that we need to be able to have it. Now the problem is, well, there is no problem, but the files are always in etc skel. Skel, right? Doesn't know it. So we go on and explain him that there is also a root package where the bash RC is in, but we're not on bash RC. No, we're on fish. But okay, and we have it ready for future action. And the ZSH, and then we have all the bashes, all the shells, I mean, and that will be fine. Now, the skel, the content, I'm thinking about the content. So if we go to a homeric, right? If we go, that's fish for you, right? It's no typing, just arrows, up, click. And we have a look at ls-al. And if we have a look at the nano, this is the default bash RC from Arch. That's it. Okay. And if we go to the config, that's also maybe interesting, and go to the fish directory, ls, then we have a config fish, nano config fish. That's the standard config fish. So none of them are interesting for me. What I need to have is a skel. What I need to do is a skel. So basically open up on your little screen, Ctrl-T, alias skel, type it. Now at this point in time I'm on fish and there is, well, it's different, let's say it like that. So I'm opening the .bashrc, control find skel, and then you see what it is. Now we don't need everything, we don't need a make a backup thing, right? All we need is the last bit which says copy paste me everything recursively on every folder with some force. Why is this a thing there? Go away. And everything that's in etc skel, anything you find there, anything is asterisk, put it to my tilde, and that's a tilde my home directory. And that's not a tilde, I guess. Where should be my tilde? If I don't have a tilde, then I say home Eric. Okay, solved. So everything inside i3-gaps to home Eric. Everything overwritten, no matches found, because we do have some settings in our bash RC, flash RC, that the hidden things are also included. But voila, it's done now. I believe, I hope. We'll see. If we reboot, we should be able to see the i3 config if the copy paste from i3-gaps was successful. And it's still not finished, right? A lot of things to do. That's looking good, right? That's looking good. Now it's black. Why is it black? Why is it black? Sudo pacman -s ArcoLinux wallpapers git. Who is taking care of our wallpapers? The variety application is certainly something I would miss. Who is setting the actual application for variety that sets in so many tiling window managers the wallpaper is Faye. Which is also interesting is nitrogen on all these tiling window managers. What we will miss is our tweak tool. If we go to ArcoLinux, ArcoLinux logout, super X, it's there. Yay, right? We're not gonna miss that. And on you go, make a list of things that you say, I would put this, I would miss that, it's entirely your choice what Lego blocks you get in. If I type Ctrl-Alt-E, the keyboard shortcut, or Ctrl-Alt-F, how about keyboard shortcuts? Do they work? Why do they not work? Did I do something wrong? Is there something wrong with the keyboards? It's all about now investigating, and sometimes I say that in videos. You have to be a Sherlock Holmes if you do projects like these, ideas like these, what ifs like these. What am I missing? Now at this point in time, well, like for instance, Sublime Text is probably there, right? So subla, and then you say go in the .config in i3 and go and have a look at the config. Alright, this is our config. We do not have fonts. This is strange looking to me, but it's okay. Oops, the D menu, Super Shift D. Okay, we got it. It's there. XFC App Finder, Alt F2, F3. If you like to have icons like these, you have to install it. Otherwise, don't. If you want to have different icons, Xlaunch is an alternative. If you love Rofi, install Rofi. And you scroll down and you see, what am I missing? ArcoLinux logout, that works. Super Shift E, Mod X, it's gonna work, we've seen it already. Mod Shift Q, it's there, it works. You scroll down in the config and you see Firefox, Vivaldi, Chromium. Will I install it or not? It's you. You decide that. Atom, Code, Genie, Inkscape, GIMP, Phaser, good. Melt. Melt is normally installed by default, since I would miss it. So it's on the AA. ISO. VLC, I would miss it too. Thunar installed. Super Shift Enter. Ouch. Super Shift Enter. Sudo pacman -s Thunar. I have no. And there's so much more. Thunar, and just keep pressing the things. Archive plugin is something you want as well. To say extract here. But if you want to extract, you need an application. File roller. Okay. Decisions. Super Shift Enter. Icons. Okay. Sudo pacman. Go back. Sudo pacman -s These are the icons. Okay, so the icons are now installed. Okay, you know the drill. Funar -Q. Quit the damn thing. Super Shift Enter. We'll still need to set it. But we have our icons. Oh, themes. Sudo Pacman -S, the Arc GTK theme. A beautiful theme. I hope they will keep developing it over the years. And on it goes, right? On it goes. You scroll through, Spotify is there, and so on and so on and so on. Now, that's one thing. That's one way of doing things, right? Because, hey, you've got a life. Why not? Why not get Nemesis? Make your own GitHub and get the Nemesis. I have made this script. I've put it hidden somewhere for the users who want to use it, and to give you an inspiration, of course, make your own ArcoLinux Nemesis, because this is what I can do now. Get Nemesis. What do I have? I get a data folder with ArcoLinux Nemesis, which I will just happily run. Could not find a fallback. So all of these things have been covered. All of these things have been set in ArcoLinux. Nothing is set here. But it's easier for me just to go to cd data, like so, ls, and then 0, run me, boom. Now the first thing, the red things, is all the stuff I don't want to have, but they were not installed because this is ArcoLinux, not ArcoLinux. And voila. And it goes on installing, getting everything from the internet. ArcoLinux Fish is there again. CPU ID. GitHub bin, InSync, Dropbox. It's even gonna install VirtualBox on VirtualBox. Why? Because it's a script made for real metal, right? Oh yeah, we could perfect it. We could say, if you're on a virtual machine, don't install it. It's just a few lines more, and that's the fun. Make these scripts, make these bash scripts, and perfect them over the years. And I've been doing exactly that. This is workspace 3, right? The wallpapers, I do believe, let me look on my second screen here. I did install the wallpapers, I think. ArcoLinux Nemesis, install core software, at the top ArcoLinux wallpapers kit. So we do get the feel, and that's what I always say, right? Don't think in boxes. It's Arch, and then we build up. We get stuff from ArcoLinux, we get stuff from AOR, we get stuff from Arco. You can get stuff from anywhere else. In this case, I'm also getting stuff from the Nemesis repo on GitHub. There are some icon themes there that I like, that I've created myself. You create your own icon themes, your own applications. Get them in, get them in. Sudo pacman -S. Here we are at the Edu, Candy Beauty, Edu. All these Edu things are Eric Dubois things, right? My own icon theme combinations, mixes. Wouldn't it be nice to have that kind of folder with Papyrus, or with Paper, or with Numix, etc., etc.? Just what ifs. And here we are installing Vimix themes. This is coming from GitHub, in case you were wondering about the speed. But it's installing now, right? It's not the download speed, it really is a bunch of icons. The Vimix icon theme. I've set 40 GB for this virtual machine, so plenty of space. ArcoLinux, Alacrity, Paru is there. So choices I've made, and I'll change them again in a few days. Add more stuff to it. RAID, mirrors bin, RAM, right? I want to have RAM on Arch, and so on and so on. Here are all the fonts, because fonts make our system nice. Totally different look with different font. Here we do a scale, and here's VirtualBox, VirtualBox on VirtualBox. So if we could make a skip, if you are on, and that's super easy, just write it. If on VirtualBox, don't do. So that's my to-do for later. Oh well, how about that, guys? Make your own script. And well, timing of the video. How much time does it take me to do this? 36 minutes to do all of these. I was playing in the beginning, so probably less than 30 minutes. And you get this. All we need to do, oh yeah, is Alex appearance, because we're on a tiling window manager. So what I'll do in the Nemesis script, I'll tell if on i3 install me Alex appearance. So I have this. And then I can say R dark, which is okay. Dark, yeah, sure. Icon theme all the way up. Maybe this one. Apply, close. Thunar minus Q. It's Q. And then Thunar back up. So I have this look already. Now I have this command called var. And super shift R to reload. Alt, let's kill everything. Super Q, Alt next, Alt N, Alt N, Alt N, Alt N, Alt N. These are all wallpapers, not from me. Wow, a cool one. Let's stay there. So that's var for you. That's a little script that says, let's get nice wallpapers from Wallhaven, right? And he's getting, at this point in time, he's getting all of them. This was a interesting one. Voila. The video is already 40 minutes, so I wonder what else I could say. Super X, it's all there. You choose whatever icon you want to have. I've changed the content of the application, so you have already these guys. Super T is not working. Super T is not working. So one of the things, sudo pacman -s is RXVT Unicode. Do you see the fonts? How nice the fonts are now? RXV. Pacman. Okay, that's why. Pacman -s RXVT Unicode. Go get it. That's not my password. That's my password. Okay. Super T. Oh, yeah, true. Super T is another command in i3. Super X. So, your XVT. This guy. Right? Scale. Works. Update. Works. Upall. Sparu. Is it installed? Works. I mean, it's up to you to make it even beautiful. More beautiful. All right, guys, have fun. This was interesting to do, and now we have a video where you can, again, think out of boxes. This is i3. The same applies for Awesome. The same applies for BSBWM, because you end in something that you can't use, right? You need to go to TTY and get these spices in a different way by git cloning, by running scripts, well, one script, and then it's getting everything in. Get the ArcoLinux stuff in, not our stuff, maybe your own stuff, right? Git clone your own .config and your own bashrc and zsh and so on and so on. Copy paste, and you got your system back, and you're in control. Every single file is to be determined by you and put it in folders. These are my bookmarks. Where are they coming from? The bookmarks. Why would I make them over and over again? Right? These are the things I always go to. On Plasma the same. That's gonna be in here. Which applications do I want to auto start? It's been the same the last 4 years. And so on and so on. All you have to do is say copy paste from there to there. And that's not difficult. That you can read here. Ooh, mouse cursor is not nice. Right? Make your choices. Make your choices. And stay in control. That's basically what we aim after a few years of university at ArcoLinux, that you feel, I have an operating system that's free, it works, I know how to solve some things, I'm in control. All right, cheers.